Well, hi everyone, it's Cacon1 here, and it's time to try that again. I had recorded this earlier today blind, and I did not properly set my capture window in OBS, so it didn't capture the entire screen. It didn't capture the entire screen in the game, so long story short, I got to record this again, and it's not going to be blind, but I can still give all the feedback that I gave before, and hopefully maybe even get through the level a little bit faster. Anyways, this is Alpha Centauri, which is, in this particular case, a new episode, 9 levels for Doom 2, released by Nicolas Monti, now in beta. And I had tested his Mass Extinction Megawad last year, and should actually give a shout to him because I wasn't doing voice commentary at the time. Now I am, but he did comment on my Mass Extinction videos, and I very much enjoyed having him comment on them, and I think he took some of my feedback into account as well. This is mostly an alpha style episode, which seems to be Monty's favorite style and his forte, and that's not a bad thing given that there's fewer levels available in the alpha style than there are in the other styles, but consider that the longest episode of Mass Extinction is in the alpha style, as is another 9 level episode he released in 2017 named Witness of Time, as is 2 of the 4 episodes of his Favalesca Ultimate Doom Megawad that dates way back to the first half of the 2010s. The alpha textures really seem to be Monty's sweet spot, and I don't mean that as anything bad, because they are certainly less used than the other textures, and I think he finds good ways to use them, including in the map I'm about to replay. So the map I played and gave feedback on and will play again, albeit not blind, and give feedback on again, was Map 7 of this WAD. And well, why had I chosen Map 7? Well, first of all, it doesn't seem to have been tested as much as the first 6 levels were. And the second reason is, well, just go on the auto map and look at the bottom middle of the screen and see if you can find out. I really don't think I need to say it. But anyways, let's play this level, not blind, but I'll try to use only the secrets that I found blind and remember all my criticism when I was blind. So we have to pop out of our door here, grab the shotgun, grab the chain gun, and hide in this room where we can also get the super shotgun. And yeah, this is the locker room alpha texture. And also that combination of gray and brown, which was also used in the 3rd episode of Mass Extinction, is in fact an alpha texture. Let me check and make sure OBS is capturing, but I think it's capturing. Yes, It is capturing what I think it's capturing. And that my mic isn't muted. And just because whatever can go wrong might go wrong, and I want to make sure it isn't going wrong this time. So first job is to pick off what we can from a relatively safe spot here, including hopefully most if not all of the ground monsters, and I can, as I'm working on that, give my number one criticism for probably not just this level but the entire WAD. I'm guessing it's a common idea, a common thread through the entire WAD, is that rail track, which you sometimes have to just casually cross it, does 10% damage, and later on you'll find some lava that does 20% damage. You are given a rat suit for the lava, but of course at 20% damage, the suit is leaky. So, and at 10% damage for the whale, you can really take a lot of cheap damage fast just when you have to run across the whale in casual play. Like, see how I'm just doing right now? Like, well, that was from a monster. I'm trying to demonstrate it. It definitely happened in my blind one sometimes. Now it doesn't want to happen. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to happen, but it happened in my blind one. Sometimes when you're running across a whale, you'll randomly take damage. I think I might have just done so. And at 10%, that's pretty harsh. And since obviously I say absolute no to 20% damaging floors unless they are an intended, inescapable death pit. I think I died by taking that last 10% of damage in this case. But in short, my criticism is that my feedback is please, throughout the WAD, not just this level, lower the whale tracks to 5% damage and lower the lava to 10% damage, unless the engine supports 15%. I'm not sure if it does, but whatever the case is, please don't have it be 20% damage, because you get the leaky suit problems. And there are a couple blinking light sectors in the lava that I understand will need to stay at 20% damage. I think they'll like see what's next to that wall with the blueprint on it. That'll need to stay at 20%, I understand. But please lower the rest of the lava to 10%, unless the engine has an option for 15%. Sorry, I've taken a long time to say this. It's just because I'm trying not to stall in my play at the same time. Lava 10% and electrified track 5% damage. Because I found some slime in this level, or nukage, and I'm not even talking covered by this grate, and that does no damage, and I found some blood and that also does no damage. So I think 5% for the rail track and 10% for lava throughout this wad would be more reasonable than 10 and 20. For small blinking light areas or intended inescapable death traps, but nothing else. Okay, got that said, and longer than I expected it would take me to say it because I was focusing on doing other things. Now we've got a... Oh, there's a lost soul. I can't remember that there was a lost soul, but yep, there's a lost soul. Okay, we got this backplate room. I'm playing this level in the order I played it blind for the most part. No. Yeah, this wad isn't easy, and I just died even though I'm not even blind. And it probably won't be the first time. But there's a rocket launcher in this backplate room. Right there. And when we press this switch, 3 ouch vials will be released. So yes, this isn't really a true walkthrough, but sometimes I might say things in walkthrough style because, well, I know how it unfolds. We want a rocket launcher for that. I thought there were 3, are there only 2? Oh, nope, that was the third one. I was pretty sure there had been 3. Okay. And this switch lowers these valves, which I think are about twice the height they need to be in this case. I don't see why it needs to be such a long way to lower. Yes, I know it's just a small nitpick, but I mentioned it in my first video as well, which I can upload if you want to see it, because I mean all my voice in there comes through just fine. It's just you can only see about 2/3 of the screen. There's another pain element over here. Why has he not died with 4 super shotgun blasts? Okay, now my blind one at this point, I claimed we could not get past here That's not actually true. I subsequently found out all you have to do is turn around and shoot that switch. But since I'm going to mimic the order in which I played the level blind, I'm not going to do that yet. And this switch, I honestly don't know what it does. And if you want to respond to feedback or my play in general, I just want to mention to any new viewers or people who don't regularly comment that the best way, though certainly not the necessary way to do so, is to just include the timestamp of what I said, but that's definitely not the only way. If you want to do it with bullet points or just general paragraphs, it is fine as well. And I did mention in my blind video as well, if you notice, we do actually get a little bit of hell at the east end of this level, which I think is nice to combine that with the alpha textures and have a little bit more thematic variety. Okay, this door with the red hand, you can only come through from the other side later on. Okay, my blind one, I didn't realize there is somewhere we actually have to go in this lava, and I wasted both rat suits just trying to kill the monsters in the lava, which I already just had a leak, and try and shield myself from the rail tracks, which, see, I just leaked to my death. That's why the 20% lava is just so, please, no. I took the rat suit when I hadn't cleared the area with the electrified track, because I thought I had plenty of rat suit to spell and it would stop me from taking the random damage from the track. But that's one of the reasons I suggest the track damage be lowered to 5%. So that if you do take random damage from the track, it's only 5%, and that will accumulate a lot less quickly than it when it's in 10% increments. Plus, so that the lava can be more damaging than the track without being 20%. Yes, I know this flashing area has to stay at 20%. And come to think of it, that flashing arrow shows me exactly where to go as well, which I didn't pick up in my blind one. Okay, in my blind one, I had to cheat here because I arrived here with 3% health, and watch what this does. You get chain gunners lowered on all sides. I was completely aware of what happened, and I went from, I had 3% health and almost no ammo, and with plenty of ammo, I lost 36 of my 38% health. I barely survived it. So 3%, it was basically, nope, you're dead. And given I had no rat suit, there was no way for me to retreat either and look for health I missed. Because, so I'm saying, in my blind one, I said, please make sure the player has at least 40% health. Actually, in the blind one, I said 50, but I guess I'll say 40 to be absolutely most strict. Guarantee 40% health when revealing that trap, please. then you can't be locked into an unfair situation like I was in my blind one. So just like, probably just put 2 med kits in this blue field. Okay, this switch we can see through the window what it does. And let me save because I do have to make a brief trek through the 20% floor. And now we actually get to enter the Hellish Chapel area on the east side, on the west side, excuse me. I think I also said east side in my testing video, but this is no, it's the west side of the map. Don't get my east and west mixed up. And either way we entered, we get a plasma gun. If we entered it from, we're entering it from the southwest, but if we entered it from the northwest, we'd still get a plasma gun. Okay, I know this switch opens that door, and I don't know what this switch does. And as I said, the blood that I'm in now is not damaging. So this I find is a wonderful little hellish devotion in the level, a satanic church chapel. And trust me, we'll get to fight in it. Complete with the satanic cross. Now when you flip this switch, these textures here and here are misaligned. I found them in my blind one as well. When you flip this switch, you'll get an ouch vial and a bunch of other enemies. I did die here on my blind one because I thought the switch was going to simply lower a wall, not spawn in monsters behind me. Yes, and later on Keiko demons join into the fight. And this switch, from what I can tell, does not need to be repeatable. Very minor gripe, but... And there's more misaligned texture here. And now on this side of the track, we do have a cyber demon to fight. I recommended adding a rat suit over where I'm standing right now, so that when fighting the cyber demon, you don't need to worry about taking damage from the track like I am right now, and sure enough the cyber demon made its presence known. Yes, he teleports in, we got to take him out from a distance. I have more rockets than I did in my blind one, just from prior knowledge in general. So sorry to those who love to see my blind ones, but as I said, if you can put up with having only 2/3 of the screen be visible, I can upload my blind one, and it's got all my commentary in it. Is completely, you're completely able to hear all that and such. Yeah, the big danger with this cyber demon is splash damage. I don't think he will come closer to you than he is already now, so you can keep your distance. You randomly mutated on the rail. Just enough. I don't have to use any chain gun. I know it was close. It was... Oh, I think I missed this in my blind one. There looks to be a minor texture error here. Notice how you can't see the... You can see the whole dead cyber demon now, but when I go here, it's obscured a little bit, so I'm guessing that's a small texture glitch. And this is where you open the door that had the red hand on it. Nice plus sign to have right by a med kit. And now we must jump in here, and we'll release a ton of revenants and an ouch vial. And the best way to manage it is to just flip the switch, and those are BFG where they came from. The best thing to do is to get them out of their cage. This is at least what I did in my blind one, is get enough enemies out of their cage, then snag the BFG, find one ouch vial to BFG rush, and then try to BFG rush, or at least mostly BFG rush the other one, and then the Revenant we can deal with mostly through circle strafing around this area. See, this is the time you really don't want to be taking those random 10% damages from the track. 5% would be a lot less harsh. And then that opened half of this set of bows we still can't get through. So this is where in my blind one I kind of figured out that, oh, there was a secret as well that I did find in my blind one, so I'll try to show it here as well. There was a 4-map secret, and I got it in my blind one. Well, that's the wrong. I think I missed a secret. I need to retrace my steps, which I'd have another rat suit in order to be able to do. Come on, don't. Okay. Figure I may as well show everything I found in my blind one at least. Okay, how was that 4-map secret accessed? I think the 4-map was... well, no, the 4-map was at the top of this, I think. Where was the, there was a trigger that lowers the lift. Oh, I hear it. I need to find the trigger that lowers the lift. That's too many random 10% damages. So yeah, I didn't need to do the backtrack across. I don't remember exactly where was the trigger that lowered the lift that let me get the full map. Oh, well, I did trip the trigger, I just didn't find the lift. Okay, let me turn the sound off so I can for sure know where the trigger is and not waste more time. Turn the music off. Or did I have to be up here? Where is that trigger? I wish I could remember where the trigger was. Oh, well, the full map, yes, I got a glimpse of it. I can't believe it takes me this long to find the line that gives me access to it. Does IDDT give me a hint of where the line is just to save some time? Come on. This is taking way too long. Was it up here somewhere? Or was it by this med kit? Might have been there. Oh, okay, that's what I thought it was, but I can barely hear the lift lowering when it does. I can hear the lift going back up, but I can barely hear it lowering. I thought it was by where I grabbed the BFG. Yep, you have to go right where you grab the BFG, under that light to get it, and you'll get a little extra shotgun ammo on the computer area map. Because then in my blind run at this point, I figured looking at the structure of the map that I needed see another random 10% damage just running over the rail. I figured that I needed to get into the chapel area. I didn't save since I got the map. this is a point in my blind one. Well, sorry for all that delay and such. I figured I needed to get into the chapel from this side as well, and immediately when looking around noticed that switch. And I think that's both arachnotrons in this level, and it's a map 7, but I don't know if it does anything. I don't think that switch needs to be repeatable either. And then this switch opens the door. I don't know what that switch does, just like the other side. And also just like the other side. Wait, I must have broke. Oh no, you can, that door stays open. Also, just like the other side, you have to flip a switch here, and you get very much the same encounter you did before with the Outrider and other monsters. I made a recommendation, and I stayed with the recommendation, and don't just recycle largely the same encounter. Maybe do a couple different monster types. I mean, of course I understand wanting to dump an Outrider both times, because the second time he'll be able to resurrect the monsters you killed the first time, not as well as any that you killed the second time. And just like the other side, 2 Keiko demons eventually join as well. So yes, I would recommend some variety in the monster types. That spawn when you hit the 2 switches in this chapel, so you aren't largely repeating basically the same fight twice. Like one time you're entering this chapel from the foul. The first time we entered this chapel from the foul southwest, and we're exiting. And we exited to the northwest and the northwest. This time we entered it from the far northwest and we're exiting to the southwest. I'd make the fights on the 2 passes not both just be largely the same monsters. And again, there's misalignment here and here. And here, I remember there was. And here, remember there were 4 for me to point out in this area. And here 2. And much to my surprise, in my blind one, there was not another boss to deal with going this direction. Just a pain elemental. Which I applaud Monty for, because having to do a boss both times would have been kind of repetitive in my opinion. Oh yeah, this fight. Well, we said must keep our social distance from the Hell Knights. The first couple are the hardest to manage that with. Keep your 6 feet away from me. I don't think I figured out how to find that supercharge in my blind one. I found one more secret, but it was a mega armor, I think. Yes, see here that lift lower? You go through the teleport on that purple texture that lift lowered and let us get a mega ammo. I found this in my blind one. And this is also where I showed that the nukage in this wad does not do damage, as you can see. Which further supports the idea nukage no damage. The track 5% and the lava 10%, except for it absolutely needs to be 20 because of the blinking light effect. Oh, and I forgot that I need to keep running to get inside that room. And also, much to my surprise and delight, you can finish revealing the lift without triggering another encounter, which was another thing I applauded for in my blind run, because I like that you don't have to do another encounter in this area the second time, and that stops it from feeling repetitive. And now of course we go up the list, and we're almost done with this level. We just have the center area left to go. The only Mancubus in the level, the Map 7. I don't know if the Mancubus does anything, but you pretty much have to kill it. And then each of these spokes will have a switch, and it's just because when you press this first switch, a bunch of hell is gonna spawn in, and you have to go through every spoke. Is just a way of making sure you don't escape the area quickly. Yeah, I started with my super shotgun in my blind one, but I can't continue that way for too long because eventually monsters will start spawning behind you and bigger monsters will spawn in, and there is an outlier along the pack that will show up eventually. I want to have 40 cells when the outfile shows up like right now, and my gun didn't fire. Yes, I can shoot once. My gun didn't fire again. I keep hitting the fire key before my gun is entirely selected. Come on, I want the outro. I see the outro. I want to be able to do the BFG rush. Oh, there is another Mancubus. I thought there was only one. Once I can BFG rush the outro, I can largely manage the rest. You know this level's tough when I'm taking this many deaths in the one that isn't blind, and lowering the amount of damage that the damaging floors do isn't going to significantly change that. Yes, and we have 2 monsters left. I thought I'd gotten it down to having only one. Oh, this did not happen in my blind one, but that Mancubus is stuck in the door. So I guess that's a potential bug that I found that I didn't find on my blind one. Let's kill that helpless Mancubus. And as I said, you have to traverse all the spokes and just tag the switches. It's Manti's way of making the spoke purposeful and ensuring you don't escape quickly. And the last enemy of the last master of the levels, just a zombie man sitting in the exit, and we get our 75% health if we were playing and continuous. And that's all for the level. I believe I didn't get it done all that much faster than I did blind. I believe I replicated all my feedback from the blind one, and yeah, sorry I messed up in recording the blind one. Oh, I mentioned that I don't think anyone's gonna finish this level in an hour and 15 minutes. But thanks for watching. Hopefully this recorded well, and hopefully I gave some useful feedback. See you in my next video.